Hey, it's been about 2 weeks since my last video. I took a break because I had to do some stuff for the holidays. I got to go see different family members and got to travel around. Went to a couple different places down here in the south. It was really fun. It was really great. It was really well needed break there. But now it is January 2nd, 2019. So that's pretty awesome. New year, and I'm really excited about all of the stuff that could happen in this year. Last year was just like, it was great. That was a year that I really, I don't know, I just kind of like started like putting stuff together and getting up super early in the morning. I mean, I was like finally out of school and really had like a chance to kind of like develop myself. So this year, got some big goals in place. I really want to get my professional licensure in the state of Georgia as an electrical engineer, and have a code boot camp coming up that I'm enrolled in. I'm accepted in that, and I'm waiting to, pretty sure that unless the world melts, I'm going to be getting my master's in computer science this summer. So I'm going to get started on that. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Pretty exciting year. I'm pumped about it. I don't have any like crazy New Year's resolutions like getting fit. I think that happened for me like, I don't know, about 4 years ago. I just realized that that's an important part of life. So that's going on. This morning got up at 3:30 and then went to do personal training at 5:30. Did a little bit of FE prep at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and just been working on different projects. Really having to spend a lot of time learning Angular. That's a JavaScript framework. I kind of underestimated how hard that framework would be to understand. It's pretty cool once you start using it. I guess the thing that I am thinking about is like how much time I could have saved using a framework like Angular. I think there's like another thing called React and Vue. If you're a web developer, you should probably bite the bullet and like definitely check it out. I've been checking out this guy on YouTube. His handle is Code Evolution. It's a pretty solid tutorial. I mean, you could literally do it in an entire day, and I can't believe I waited this long to do it. It's pretty amazing. I've spent a lot of time making like JavaScript files, CSS files, all these special things, and like a lot of the code that I've written before for web applications has been like super patchy, and it's always taken me a really long time to write. So checking out Angular and learning how to use it, it's pretty cool. I'm not an expert by any means, but if you're interested in speeding up the coding process for web applications, or you want to know what all the hype's about, I get what all the hype's about now. It's a pretty nifty framework. It's weird. Web frameworks are kind of interesting. They're very complicated to me. I think if you haven't mastered the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and I don't know what you want to call it, working with databases, REST routing, maybe that's what you should say. You want to do it. You want to master all that stuff before you start with the framework, because it's very confusing, and also I can't see how you would really appreciate any of that stuff if you haven't kind of put in the time in those like basic fundamental areas. But so working on that, and tutoring is going very well. There's kind of a lull right now. A lot of people are on break, so I'm not doing as much online tutoring, but still, did a couple sessions this week, and think I'm at like, pretty good rate. And I had a little bit of a break today, so I got to make a trip over to Goodwill, have some fun. I got a very cool Star Wars mug. I'm gonna be putting this on eBay, so pumped about that. This looks like it sells pretty well on there. Also found vintage Candyland. So if you have time to, it took me 15 minutes. I never go to I'm not like going to the Goodwill and like spending hours there. Like I go in and get out. Like I literally was drinking a cup of coffee as I did it, and they know me now. They know what I'm doing. I think maybe the guy like looked at me, because it's like pretty weird for me, a 26-year-old man walking around with a thing of Candyland and a Star Wars mug. It's like, they must know that I'm like buying and selling, and not like just going to the Goodwill and like collecting random junk. But eBay is going pretty well. I'm consistently selling an item, like I'm selling like 5 or 6 items every week. And some of them are like small margins, $7 or $8, but you know, pennies turn into nickels, nickels turn into dimes, and dimes turn into quarters, and yeah, that's how it goes. So you got to do something. And doing that, I'm pretty excited. I think after January 7th, I'll have some really cool news to share with everyone. It's not about the coding class. That is just, got to plan that out. Last thing I finished for that C course is the circularly linked list. If you've been looking at my GitHub, it's been completely dry. Haven't done anything. Gonna have to get to it. Not tomorrow. I'm too busy with Angular because I have to learn that right now for an application. So I'm doubling down on that right now, and then I'll be able to switch back over into C. Just staying really busy. Nothing too exciting right now besides my Star Wars mug, Candyland, and learning Angular. Just gotta keep on rolling with it. If you are interested in learning Angular, I would highly recommend Code Evolution's playlist. I'll put a link in the description of this video, and if you check that out, it's worth a day. It's worth a day of planning it out. Again, you want to be like an experienced person. Just, you don't have to be an expert, but like you should. Don't just like think you're going to jump in and then like understand web development by learning through that. That would be just a mistake on your part, because it would just be really hard. I'm working on Angular applications, and got some plans on the 7th that gonna have to wait and make a video about that. I'm very excited about it. So that's it for today.